What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome back to another Q&A. So, excuse my face right now. I'm not wearing makeup currently because I just I don't care right now, okay? I don't care about wearing makeup. I mean, it's true right now. I just feel too lazy to put on any makeup, so if I look like a ghost in distress, you're welcome. So I haven't done a Q&A in a hot minute, and we've gotten a little over 2,100 subscribers right now, so I thought it was time, hey, let's do an updated Q&A. So the first question, actually the first two questions, comes from my friend Max. He gets off with two questions because he's a friend of mine and he's also a Patreon. Respect. He asks in the question, do you see yourself branching out into more types of content in the future? Many other content creators have expanded to more than just game reviews and podcasts, such as film reviews or doing skits, even mini type shows for their channel. It's funny, I used to do a lot of skits. I actually still did them fairly recently for like new game releases and everything like that. So I am going to be doing more skits in the future, and I am thinking of doing more lifestyle type things because I really love lifestyle content. I love vlogs, you guys know that. I love being able to like get a peek into someone's life and just understand them a little bit better. I know it sounds kind of weird now that I'm verbalizing it, but you know, it is what it is. So there's going to be more of that. There's going to be a day in the life video that is going to be coming up. There's going to be a nighttime routine. There's going to be other types of lifestyle type things and vlogs. Very seldom type vlogs because I realized over Vlogmas I cannot do vlogs regularly. That I can't. I don't know how people do them, but I can't do it myself. So there's going to be rarely some vlogs in the mix. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that is going to be coming to the channel. And the second question from Max is another one from myself. Well, who else would it be from, dude? It is yourself. Or is someone else typing for you? Dun dun dun. What do you feel are your greatest current milestones since starting your community and content creator career? Nice alliteration. And what are some moments that you'll never forget? Some of my greatest achievements thus far in my content creation career is number one, having Amazon sent me something, because that was really cool. That was really awesome that Amazon sent me a package unprovoked. Like, they just saw a post that I did on Twitter and they were like, hey, here you go. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, thank you. Another thing is getting to over 2,000 subscribers, because that's something I didn't think would happen. You guys proved me wrong, and I'm very grateful for that. And another thing is having game devs send me some indie games that are coming out, and I'm really excited about that. I'm really just happy about that. I mean, like, even though it's like stuff that I never would have thought in a million years that would ever happen, it's happening, and I'm just like, whoa, okay, what's going on here? Like, this stuff happens to Markiplier and Jacksepticeye, not me. Being able to see the look on people's face when I disagreed with everybody about Fallout 3. Like, that's an iconic moment. That was really interesting and very much of a turning point, I think, for my channel, of where I did that review, because it was a moment of gaming. I was about to say gaming history. It's not a moment of gaming history. It's a moment of my gaming history, where I found a game that I disliked so much and I put my opinion out there and I saw people's true colors. So that's a moment I'll never forget. It really won't ever be. Because for me personally, when I disagree with someone, normally people are like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. The amount of vile nature that I saw come out of people when I first did that review, that was just mind-boggling to me. So that was a moment I'll never forget. I don't know if any other like YouTube content creators can relate out there, but like sometimes some of the memories and milestones that you do have, they turned and get mushed into like one big memory. So it's like, oh, all of these things are basically the same thing, so let's mush them into one big memory. That way it becomes conflated. But it's really, honestly, they're completely separate kinds of memories, of where I have a memory of how excited I was to get, to 1,000 subscribers, how excited I was to get to like now over 2,100 subscribers. Like, it's really cool, and it's things I'll never forget because all of you guys are so supportive and so kind, and I've garnered such a wonderful community that it's just truly an amazing thing, and I'm so happy. The next question is from Victor, and he asks, apart from Fallout 3, what is a highly praised game that you think isn't good? And what is a badly received title that you think is actually really good? I like this question. This is really cool. So, a highly praised game that I think isn't good, To the Moon. It has good parts, and like Fallout 3, I can see potential in it, and I can see such a uniqueness with To the Moon, but the concept of manipulating one's memories in order for them to have a happy end of life, that rubs me the wrong way, and I don't like that. So for me, To the Moon, I think it's very highly praised, but the concept is so like I don't know, I just don't like the concept. It's very manipulative, it's very, I don't know, it's almost mean to an extent. I would say the concept is very mean. It's a very cruel thing. And what is a badly received title that you think is actually a really good title? Okay, Silent Hill Homecoming. A lot of Silent Hill fans, for some reason, do not like that game. I don't understand why. I don't understand how it's even possible not to like that game. But Silent Hill Homecoming is one of my favorite. It's like on my top 5 favorite games list. It's so good. The psychology in it is so diverse. It's so beautifully crafted and done. It's absolutely wonderful. And I would highly recommend any Silent Hill fan or non-Silent Hill fan to play that game because it's just so good. So the next question comes from Peter Turner. Hi Peter, how are you, dude? We all know you're a brave soul that doesn't scare easily, so what is on your list of most scariest, disturbing moments in a game? Ooh, this is good. Okay, so immediately the first game that comes to mind is Frambo. Because number one, that game has so much psychology in it. That game needs a trigger warning for people in a nutshell. Like, the entire game is just like it needs one big trigger warning. I really love the game, but I could see how a lot of people would find it slightly disturbing in some cases, especially with one scene that I can remember. It's one of the most eye-opening scenes of where Fran has to get a band-aid for a girl who had self-harmed. And it was so just whoa. Like, that game really went there with a lot of details, with a lot of things. It really went there. It's kind of interesting because I have to go into someone else's mindset to almost experience feeling disturbed, because I don't get disturbed at all. So it's really interesting, like the psyche and the psychology behind a lot of horror games, because if you think about it, there's disturbing moments in every game. It doesn't matter which one it is. It could be a really, really happy-go-lucky game. You're going to find disturbing moments in it. But I think the other game that I would have to say had a disturbing moment in it with what was in Doki Doki Literature Club, when the girl hanged herself. And that was interesting, to say the least. That when I played that game through, that was very interesting because I did not expect it. It was a very unexpected moment for me in a video game, because normally you can kind of see where a game is going with certain plot line points and different arcs and everything, but with that, it took me completely off guard, and I was like, what's happening right now exactly? But I'd have to think about it longer in order to give like more answers, because honestly I know other people are going to be triggered about things that I'm not necessarily triggered about. But I could actually do like an entire dedicated video on that subject of like what in video games is triggering, or even a podcast, which is a really interesting topic surrounded by that question. So I really like that. So next up we're going to go to Instagram, and for some reason, I don't know what it is, but on my iCloud, I couldn't get the transferred over pictures of the screenshots that I took from the questions on Instagram. So I'm just going to be reading them off instead of posting them within the video. So the next batch of questions, like I said, is coming from Instagram. And the first one is from my friend Chris. Is death by Snoo Snoo from Lady D an honorable death? I mean, yes. Yes. Just yes. So, wow, this guy has a long username. I'm just going to call him Indoctrinated because that's just the first part of his username. He asks, why are you so damn hot? Gaming. Gaming makes me hot. Next one comes from Quiz. Oh my gosh, do you guys remember Death Boy Quiz? I did a collaboration with him on Resident Evil 5. He is one of my good friends, and he asks, buddy, are you verse stream together one day? Yes. Hashtag yes, obviously, of course, dude. The next question comes from Retro Jonathan, and he asks, if you could cosplay any character from a video game, who would it be and why? Okay, I would either cosplay D.Va from Overwatch, or I would cosplay Jill Valentine, because I have yet to cosplay a proper version of Jill Valentine at all. The last question in today's Q&A comes from Nam Deer, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, and he asks, what first got you into gaming? My dad got me into gaming. My first video game my dad bought me, and it was Resident Evil remake of the first one, which I actually have right over here. So this is what got me into gaming. This right here. So I have to give a big shout out to my dad, because he was the one who got me into gaming. He's the one who bought me my very first game, and I love that. I love that this was my very first game. You know, a lot of people, they play Mario, they play Zelda, you know, they play, Scooby-Doo. My first game was Resident Evil. But you guys, that was it for the Q&A. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you all got to know me a little bit better. But if you guys want to follow me on all my other socials, they are down in the description below, so you guys can check those out. And be sure to subscribe, because I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But stay casually nerdy, you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, you guys.